Welcome back. Today I want to talk to you about string methods. Now, string methods are ways and characters you can put into a text, a string variable, to make them do certain things. Now, below me here you can see a few of them. So put a \t in and you're going to get a tab key. Put a, where's that gone there? Put a \n in, you make a new line. R is restart of a line. And putting a backslash before a speech mark symbol will make the computer just treat it as text. It won't treat it as part of the variable. Now, I've got a song here by Paul Simon, quite an old one. You can call me Al. If you've heard it, great. If you haven't heard it, look it up. It's a cool old song. However, at the moment, I've got this huge line here and I want to display it properly on the screen with these wonderful symbols. So, firstly, I can call you, that's fine, Betty. Betty in the song is in speech marks. I can call you Betty. So I want to make these speech marks appear not as part of the variable, but as normal text. How do I do that? Very simple. I just put a nice backslash before the speech mark and suddenly, boom, it's all working. It's all looking good. Now here, the proofreader rather, has left a sign in saying, please indent this. The best way to indent text is to use a tab key. And look, we've got a tab key right here. So if I put in \t, that will indent it. But also, I don't want this indent appearing in my song lyrics. I think that's going to look awful. But if I put a \r, I can restart the line. So where's it going today? Apologies for that, guys. \r, \t, so that will take out indent and that will put in Betty. But don't forget, I can call you Betty, and Betty when you call me. There should be a return here, a new line. Now there's also a symbol for that as well, /n. So we just put another \n and /n. That's going to make a new line. And now the /r will delete the indent. So all of this has been done so far just using escape characters. Isn't that cool? So let's go in, and Betty when you call me, there should be another new line here, so let's put a nice, it's not a new line. Let's do another one here. You can call me Al. But Al again is in speech marks, that's not right, is it? That could cause chaos, so let's solve a problem. So again, we put those before there, and then at the end, put a final speech mark, and hopefully the whole thing is now finished and is now complete. So, tell you what, let's find out. Let's see what appears when I run this nice little file in here. So this one's called string methods 1, and I press run string methods 1, and hopefully, I didn't press print, did I? So let's put print in here, otherwise it won't work. What sort of error was that, by the way? Anyone guess? It was a logic error. Yes, that text is all correct according to this, but there's no logic in there. So now if I press play, hopefully I can call you Betty in speech marks. They appear quite normally. And Betty when you call me, indented, and the indent text there is all vanished. You can call me Al in speech marks, which is a really cool song. And if you want to look this up on YouTube, type in Paul Simon, you can call me Al. However, we have two other things to talk about today as well. We need to talk about slicing, and we need to talk about indexing text. So this is another little one I've made for you. My string is a Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar was a biblical king and is the second biggest bottle of champagne you can buy. The biggest one, I believe, is called a Jeroboam, but I don't know how to spell that, so I'm going to stick with Nebuchadnezzar for now, because I think it sounds good. Say I just wanted to print the third character in Nebuchadnezzar. How will I do that? Well, it's fairly simple and fairly easy. I say print my string, obviously, and that should print the whole of Nebuchadnezzar. Let's run it, let's see what happens here. And this is in getting the wrong program to run there. There we are, Nebuchadnezzar. So the third character is 1, 2, 3. But don't forget it's base 0 counting, so it's actually 4. So at the end of string, put in square brackets, just like a list, and 4. And just like a list, this will produce the fourth character, hopefully. C. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. And then how about 5? H. Let's try and do something here. Let's try and put Neb on the screen. So 0. I'm just going to copy and paste this because I'm being very lazy today. And I then am going to, mistake there, wrong key hit. I press 0, 1, 2. Actually, let's make it into a nub. And that's 0, 1, 2, 3. So let's put that in there. And now, if I run them together, fingers crossed, we're going to spell out nub going down. How about that? So you can, this works just like a list, but any string you can break down into a list. I'll tell you more about that later. But right now, I want to show you something else cool. Did you know that you can print out letters from a list? Say I want to know what the 4th to the 6th characters in a list are. How would I do that? Well, it's easier than you think. Firstly, as you might have guessed, you type 4. Then a colon. Exciting stuff, I know. And then you type 6. So we're going to go from character 4 to character 6. And now if I run this code, hopefully, ch is in there. If I go from 4 to 7, I should get cha. Cha-cha-cha. Bit of Strictly Come Dancing there. So I can pick the start point, the end point, and suddenly anything in between those will appear on the screen. But why stop there? I could get all the characters up to a certain point. Let's say I could get the first 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want up to 4 to appear on screen. Well, that's actually quite easy. I just put 4 and then a colon. And if I run it, fingers crossed, Caneza. So everything after the first 4 characters appears on screen. Isn't that cool, eh? Well, let's change it around. Now we'll put everything before Caneza. So we want Nebu to appear. And that's in there, Nebu. Because I said start from the front and go to 4. Or I do it in reverse. I say start from 4 and go to the end, the mark point. And suddenly it'll work perfectly. So today we have learned 2 things. One thing we have learned is escape characters. We've also learned about a song by Paul Simon. If you don't know, ask your parents. We have also learned about strings, champagne bottles, and we have learned about how to get individual elements from strings. So the 4th character is there, a C. We have learned how to get characters from the centre of a string by slicing. Chan, how about that? And we have also learned how to get characters from the end of a string, or the beginning of a string, I'll get this right in a minute, the beginning of a string and from the end of a string. So, that's all for today. I hope this goes well for you in homework,